In today's Black Clover video, we discuss the possibility that Julius Novachrono could be the Julius Zogratis sibling without even knowing it, as Marx could have possibly manipulated his memories, erasing the existence of the evil Julius Zogratis sibling by replacing it with a good Julius Novachrono from the Clover Kingdom. Also, only a small percentage of the people who watch our videos are actually subscribed, so if you end up liking this video, consider subscribing. Please enjoy this video, let's go! Almost everyone knows the Julius Novachrono Time Devil theory, but one thing has always been missing, namely the explanation of why Julius Novachrono has all these inner monologues that speak for his innocence. He completely rejects all values for which the Dark Triad stands, and above all, he differs from the Julius Zogratis, who would actually have to be Julius for the Time Devil theory to make sense at all, because it is assumed that the Time Devil possesses the Julius Zogratis. Therefore, we show you today how and why Julius could be the Julius Zogratis sibling without knowing it himself. There are two possibilities which we will explain in a moment. Let's get all the important basics together real quick so we are all on the same page, especially anyone new to this channel. It all started with people wondering why Julius has two magic abilities, time magic and transformation magic. Transformation magic is not a magic ability, but rather something like a spell that people with certain magic attributes are capable of. There is no logical explanation why time magic should enable transformation magic. So the idea is that Julius has a second unknown magic ability that allows him to use transformation magic. And if he is the Julius Zogratis, then logically his magic should have something to do with the human body, as is the case with his three siblings. And body related magic abilities are much better suited for transformation than time magic. The key evidence, however, is the fact that Julius Novachrono collected the two sources for the Clifford ritual, Yami and William, which were then used by the devils to open the gates of the underworld with the help of the three catalysts, the Dark Triad. The Dark Triad are three of the Julius Zogratis siblings, with the fourth sibling appearing to be the leader, whose goal is to be reborn with undying bodies to change humanity. We know this simply because he said that the weak die easily and it is impossible to protect them all. So in this case, they will be destroyed first and then reborn with undying bodies. This sounds a lot like the elf reincarnation plot where humans were controlled, but this time instead of reincarnations, necromancy could be used to resurrect the dead with undying bodies. They will then probably be corrupted with demonic influence and will only listen to the Zogratis family. Imagine, for example, all the powerful spade royals, kings and queens with cosmic magic resurrected. That will be more than crazy. Even Allen could have a return. We have also seen a color page of the Dark Triad for the chapter called Undying Bodies. On this page, we have seen the Dark Triad literally covered in blood but still alive. I think this is the biggest indication that the Dark Triad may soon return stronger than ever, and that the Julius Zogratis sibling was not only talking about people who may have died in the past, but also about the Dark Triad being reborn stronger than ever. Perhaps it has nothing to do with the resurrection of anyone other than just the Julius Zogratis siblings, and he was simply speaking in the third person. And this is where the four cocoons come into play. Asta defeated Lucifer and the ritual was destroyed as Yami and William were freed. The only mystery that remains are the four cocoons. Four cocoons and Julius Zogratis siblings who want to be reborn in undying bodies. Cocoons are the perfect symbolic meaning for rebirth in a better and stronger version, so it only makes sense to at least assume that there could be a connection and the four cocoons are actually reconstructing the bodies of the Julius Zogratis into which their souls are then transferred. If Julius was the Julius Zogratis sibling without knowing it, that would explain why he felt so strange a few chapters ago. Maybe the cocoon process was so advanced that he noticed something was happening to him, and he didn't feel Lucifer's presence but simply physical change. It would be crazy if Julius' human body suddenly dropped dead in the Clover Kingdom, but then Julius would be reborn as the Julius Zogratis sibling in the Spade Kingdom, but this time in his adult form and with the memories of the Julius Zogratis. But again, why does Julius show no signs of evilness and why does he have so many good inner monologues? One person is always around Julius, almost as if he's watching over him, his assistant Marx. And what magic does Marx have? Memory magic. He can literally manipulate anyone's memory, although he hasn't shown that ability yet, but I'm sure he's theoretically able to erase and replace memories. So what if Marx actually manipulated Julius' memories for some reason, so that Julius began to believe he was not the Julius Zogratis? Before my partner Yami continues with this video, please take a moment to like this video. Thank you.
If this is the case and Marx really manipulated Julius's memories, then there are two possibilities. Either Marx is evil and planned everything together with Julius, and for some reason it was necessary for Julius to lose his memories, or Marx is not evil and he brought Julius to the side of the Clover Kingdom before Julius could do any harm as the fourth Zogratis sibling. If Marx is not evil, then that explains why he has made it his life's mission to always be around Julius, because Marx would know who Julius really is and what he's really capable of. Perhaps the fourth Zogratis sibling came to Clover Kingdom at some point because of the two Clifford sources, and perhaps he even pretended to be good at first when he joined the Magic Knights. But it is possible that at some point Marx noticed some strange and evil tendencies of Julius, which made him curious about his true nature, because after all, Julius's magic consist in stealing other people's time, and maybe he did that even when it was not necessary, for example by killing his enemies, although he could have easily captured them. So if Marx could have secretly looked into Julius's memories, he might have found a very nasty secret. Of course, he would know that no one could defeat him, so the only option left to him was to change his memories, and since then he never leaves his side because he knows who Julius really is. This of course requires that the Time Devil lost his memories as well. The second possibility is that Marx is actually evil and is working together with the fourth Zogratis sibling to erase and replace all of his memories. Perhaps it was necessary so that no one with similar magic could reveal his dark secret. The plan to capture the two sources for the Clifford ritual. So Marx replaced Julius's memories, so much so that he forgot all about being the fourth Zogratis sibling, but still felt the need to gather and take care of Yami and William for a reason he himself did not understand. And so Marx worked as Julius's backup memory for when Julius would return as the fourth Zogratis sibling. If that is really the case, wouldn't the creation of the ritual have been enough to give Julius his memories back? Or are the cocoons in which the Zogratis sibling will eventually be reborn in undying bodies the goal? With the thought in mind that Marx might really be a traitor, let's read some scenes about him. When Marx asked the members of the Eye of the Midnight Sun who the traitor was, how do we know that he didn't put false memories in their heads to accuse someone else who may have been innocent? Gludray. When everyone confronted Gludray, he never admitted that he had done what he was accused of. He tried to escape because he was doing illegal businesses. But he said he would never betray the kingdom. He even said that this was a trap and that he could clear his name. But when Marx used his memory magic on him, we saw that he was apparently the one who kidnapped the Barrier Magic Knights. But how can we really confirm that Marx wasn't just creating false memories and just trying to distract from the fact that it could be someone else, like William? We know that it was important to the Dark Triad that William and Patry be separated before they could use William for the ritual. Marx could have known that at some point it would be unavoidable until someone could suspect the captains. So the best thing to do is to accuse someone who is a criminal anyway. So if Marx knew the real plan of the Dark Triad, he would logically support the reincarnation of the elves, since it was necessary to separate William from Patry's soul. This does not mean that he expected Julius to die. Also, his emotions towards Julius could be genuine. After all, they spent many years together. Another interesting example was when Marx talked to Julius about another possible traitor. Julius revealed that he believes someone in the Magic Knights is unwillingly working with the Eye of the Midnight Sun. Marx asked if they were controlled by some kind of spell, but then became nervous and thought his intuition is sharp. Something is definitely going on with the Magic Knights, as if he knew exactly what was going on. And when Julius mentions that he suspects an unconscious betrayal, Marx suddenly seems very nervous, because if this theory were true, then Julius himself is the unconscious betrayer, but is not working for the Eye of the Midnight Sun, but for the Zogratis siblings. And shortly after that, we suddenly get the character profile of Marx. If suddenly a character profile is introduced, then it could mean that Tabata is trying to emphasize the importance of this character, and the fact that Marx received his character profile so late is a bit strange and might be a hint for Marx's true intentions. The fact that Marx is literally around Julius even after losing the position of the Wizard King is even stranger. It seems like Marx actually has another reason why he tries to control Julius so extremely and doesn't like it when Julius, for example, blocks the communication channels or just disappears. Furthermore, we don't really have any inner monologues of Marx at all. His whole existence is about controlling Julius. Marx is literally never doing, saying, or thinking anything else but Julius. And that's extremely suspicious if you think about it. If Marx really manipulated Julius's memory, then the fact that Julius Novachrono could have felt physical pain at the time the cocoons seem to have almost reached their final stage, regardless of whether Marx is evil or not, could indicate that Julius could actually be the fourth Zogratis, who could then be reborn with his true memories in his undying body in the Spade Kingdom. So that's it for today, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to smash the like button, and if you're new to our channel, make sure you subscribe with the notification bell turned on. See you guys in the next video. Yummy out.